Hello and welcome to a special edition of Street Talk coming to you from Cape Town, a place fondly known as the mother city of South Africa. This is the second largest city in South Africa and has a multiracial, multicultural lifestyle. Cape Town's a beautiful and vibrant place and has come a long way from the dark days of apartheid, when black people were evicted from properties that were designated as white only, forcing them to move into townships. Guguletu is one of those areas where the poorer black population tried to make a life for themselves. For those born and raised there, such as radio show host African Milani, it would have been hard to imagine their life changing so much.
I stayed here. That's my house. I lived at some point with 22 of my family members, all in the same house. I remember having to share a bed with all my male cousins who were sort of similar age, and there'll be 5, 6 of us at a time in bed. Started working, getting up early in the morning, having to catch a train, a bus to get to work, working hard, looking smart, coming back and then hanging out with friends. Used to love playing soccer on the road because we didn't have many sports fields or anything like that. And early evening, settling in for dinner and watching a bit of TV before going to sleep. I've been living outside of Guguletu now for 4 years, and one of the things I miss still is having somebody say hello when you're walking past them. Even in the worst of floods, for example, or no electricity or whatever, the community just rallies around together and they support each other and they're always willing to help. And you know, they want to know how you're doing and all of that. And I miss that. I miss that about Guguletu. I miss the fact that when I would travel from the bus stop to my house, it would take me an extra 5 minutes because I'm greeting every old woman that happens to be living down the road. Because when you're a parent here, you're a parent of every kid, not just your own kids. And when you're a child to every person. So, you know, we looked out for each other. And that's the fondest memory I have of Guguletu.
In 1994, the South African government pledged housing for all, promising to move residents from shacks and shanty towns into permanent housing. But delivery has been slow.
I think the government should do more because I'm not happy. Even now you can go to my place, it's rotten, it's wet, and there's a lot of dampness. I don't know what to do.
The houses are great, yes, but they're too small for people, for a family.
The government is doing like the best it can in terms of delivering houses, but the problem is that people are flocking to the province, you know, coming from other provinces. So the demand is becoming more and more.
For many years now, Green Market Square has provided a gathering place for people from all walks of life. With characteristic cobbled paving, this market's a showcase of traditional African art, clothing and souvenirs. Its history dates back 4 centuries, when ships passing the Cape would stop to trade goods and stock up on produce before continuing their voyages to India and other parts of the trading world. It's not only the shopping, visitors come to see the eccentric Eggy man for his warm South African welcome.
Welcome to Cape Town, welcome to South Africa, South Africa. And my name is Gregory Da Silva. I'm artist comedian, and every day I used to put something bigger on my head. I'm artist comedian. For me, I choose X because X is life, X is positive. And for me, the message I send for people, everything must be positive. I can sing for you some things if you like. Mama Africa, South Africa, Mama Africa, yeah, Papa Africa, yeah.
Well, nowadays we take watches for granted when we want to know the time. But back in the 19th century, there was a much more noisy announcement of the hour. The noonday gun was a signal for the ships anchored off the Cape. The tradition continues today with electronic assistance from the South African Astronomical Observatory to ensure accuracy of timing. The use of a cannon to signal the time also still takes place in Hong Kong, Rome and Nice, but the tradition was first started in Cape Town. And that's it for this edition of Street Talk. Don't forget, if you see anything interesting or amusing you want us to feature on Street Talk, just point us in the right direction. What you see here isn't necessarily the view of Al Jazeera, and some of the content's been edited, but for time and space reasons only. And that's the talk on the streets of Cape Town.